All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how these women are getting what they deserve, man. Alright? How they asked for something, they wanted all this power, right? But now they're starting to see that all the stress that comes with all the power that they was asking for, alright? Because what women want, man, is to just be able to have the same benefits that it takes to be a man, right? Without having to deal with the consequences it takes and having to deal with the things that a man has to go through. And they don't want to be blamed for when it goes wrong, but they want to be praised for if things are going right. But Yahweh's cast a snare upon them because he's gave them things that they can't handle, man. Because women are not built to rule. I'm going to read this article. It says work stress could be triggered. So like a work stress could be triggering troubling surge in women suffering heart disease warning signs. So women asked for all this power, but now they're starting to get early signs of things related to heart conditions, man. And they're starting to get stresses that are not made for women to have to go through. But because women wanted to have power and wanted to be equal to men, which they'll never be, now all of these other things, the other side of what they was hoping for, is coming upon them. And I'm going to go to the scriptures. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Because once women start getting emotional, man, they can't hear anything, man. Once women start getting emotional, they can't hear the truth, all right? And they start lying and splattering out anything that comes out of their mouth in order to try and just win an argument rather than sticking to the truth or sticking to the topic that's being spoken about. They'll try and change the topic to something else, and that's why women are always lying about how there's a pay gap on all of these things. They're lying about how there's a RAPE culture, right? But then when it comes to something related to how this system benefits them, like how a woman can kill her children through an abortion, right? But the father doesn't have any control on that. But then at the same time, if a father wanted to abort a child, and the mother wanted to keep it, they'd say that he's wicked, which abortion is wicked, by the way, just to put that out there. It is a wicked thing to do that. But women are happy to do that if it benefits them, but then also want to have the choice to be able to keep the child as well, if the man's got a particular amount of finances so that they can rinse his pockets out, man. But when it comes to things that don't benefit them, they've always got something to say, because they don't really want equality. They want to just have the best of every single thing without any consequence. And Yahweh's starting to cause the things that they asked for to be a snare upon them. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones, strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Women are going to be hoping for the times where things was going smooth. But those times are not going to be here, man. Those times are gone. Let me carry on reading this. It says, traditionally, men have been perceived to be more affected by heart attacks and strokes than women. But in some countries, women have overtaken men, say studies author. Let me carry on reading this. Stress in the workplace could be leading to a troubling surge in women suffering warning signs of heart disease. A new study has found, and what I'm going to say right now might hurt people's feelings, but I'm going to say it anyway, man. A woman's money, right, really is in a relationship is a bit of a joke, man. All right, a woman's money is a bit of a joke, considering when a woman starts making a large amount of money, she then wants a man that earns significantly more money than her. So really, her money's a joke. All right, her money's a joke, and her money doesn't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, because ultimately she's always going to want somebody else that makes more money than her anyway. So all these jobs, when they're giving out these high-paying jobs to these women, is actually ruining the society, because those high-paying jobs could have been given to a man, and that man would have used all that money to feed his family and to look after his family. Whereas a woman, when she gets that amount of money, she's just going to really use it on herself and he's going to be hoping to get a man that earns more money than her. But because people get emotional, they don't think with a logical mind. They ain't gonna hear that what I just said there. They're gonna say, "Oh, you're saying women shouldn't be able to have high-paying jobs," but they can hear what they want to hear, because the Lord ultimately, He's gonna put things in the rightful position anyway. And as you can see from this article, women are not built for these stressful situations, and that's why these things are starting to happen to them. It says stress in the workplace could be leading to a troubling surge in women suffering warning signs of heart disease. A new study has found, and you've got all of these people like Kevin Samuels, like Alpha Male Strategies, and all of these people that are going into the minds of these women, and they're just exposing how women are delusional, man. How women are delusional, they're bugged out, and although they're making all this money, they're overweight, they're unhealthy, they've got mental issues, right? And they've got delusions of what kind of man they should be with, even still, and their minds are not able to think in a way that makes sense, man. That's why you have a woman that weighs more than the current heavyweight champs of the world, right? But she's only 5'5", but she weighs like over 200 pounds, man. Whereas you've got men that are 6'4" in this world that don't even weigh over 200 pounds. So no woman should be weighing 200 pounds at 5'5". Let me carry on reading this. Researchers discovered work-related stress, sleep disorders, and tiredness, which are important but non-traditional risk factors for having a heart attack or a stroke, are surging more sharply among women than men. And that's because women are trying to seek out all of these extravagant jobs. They're trying to get these high-paying jobs and all of these things, but they're not built to handle them. They're not built to handle them, man, and that's why they're not able to do these jobs, and at the same time have a for the most part, they're not able to do these jobs and at the same time keep a feminine image. Whenever you see a woman in this society that makes a lot of money, more than likely most of the time they're gonna start becoming overweight, man, and fat and out of shape. More than likely. That's almost an indicator on how much money a woman makes to a certain degree in this society, man. How fat she is and how nice of a car she drives. Let me carry on with this. The study, which was presented at European Stroke Organisation Confederation on Wednesday, discovered the proportion of men and women reporting stress at work increased from 59% in 2012 to 66% in 2017, while those who felt overtired rose from 23% to 29% in this time period, but women were far more likely to report sleepless nights and exhaustion, with some 33% of women doing so in comparison to 26% of men. So women are starting to be more stressed, man. Women are starting to be more stressed because they're taking onto themselves things that really they can't handle, and they was asking for things that really they didn't understand what it took, man. And even men sometimes try and do that. Men sometimes might want to try and be rich and famous or whatever, right? But they don't understand the pressure that it takes and the things that you have to go through in order to be in that position. A lot of people want to be the top boxer, right? The top athlete, but they don't understand all the hard training that it takes in order to be of that high level amongst fighters. They'll just think because they trained a few sessions at the gym that all of a sudden means that they can take on the champ, and then they'll get in a gym and spar with the amateurs and get whooped because they didn't understand the seriousness of what it took in order to be at that level. And that's what women did. Women looked at men and they thought, I can do that too. I just haven't been given the opportunity. And when they was given the opportunity, they became stressed, and now they're suffering all of these things that they're going through. It says, while the amount of men and women reporting sleep disorders rose from 24% to 29% in this time period, with severe sleep disorders also increasing more steeply in women than men. Researchers noting the alarming increase in the number of women reporting non-traditional risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Tallies will rise in the amount of women in full-time work, with this number soaring from 38% in 2007 to 44% in 2017. So women are getting it exactly what they wanted. They're getting all these jobs. They're thinking that they got all this money, right? And they've traded in their family life for some money, right? But anyone that's ever seen any woman that's over like 45 years old, like your aunt or something like that, or whatever, if you're a bit of an older brother and you've been around these women that have got that of this age and seen them, right? When they ain't got no children, they've just got this nice paying job or whatever, they're miserable, man. They're miserable, and they're always bothering everyone else's relationships and trying to be around everyone else and trying to get everyone else they might try and get their friends to be single or want their friends to always go out to the bar with them or whatever, because they want to try and intervene and crowbar themselves up into everyone else's lives, man. Because they're miserable and they ain't got nothing. Let me carry on with this. They ain't got nothing apart from a job and a nice car, maybe a nice house or whatever. But how Yahweh Bashim Yahushai set us up to be, as Israelites especially, is to be about people, man. To be about people. It's not good. It's no good to just have loads of things, loads of materialistic things, but then you don't have any people. It's no good. It's of no benefit. Let me carry on this. Dr. Sujan Wejiner, one of the study's authors, said diabetes, high cholesterol, smoking, obesity, physical inactivity, and arterial hypertension are established risk factors for cardiovascular disease, and all of these things are things that women, if they're trying to be in the workforce more, they're taking up more of their time doing a job for somebody that don't give a damn about them. These are more things that they're going to experience. They're going to be smoking more at work. They're going to take up smoking because they're stressed. They're going to become more overweight because they ain't got time to eat right. They might not have time to exercise. That's going to lead also to the physical inactivity, which is going to cause for all these other problems that I mentioned. Carrying on in this, it says, but more recently, it has been demonstrated that less conventional risk factors like work pressures and sleep problems can substantially increase cardiovascular risk, Dr. Wagner, a neurology professor at the University of Zurich, added. So women are catching hell out here, man. All right, they was asking for things. They was hoping to get rich and hoping to have the power of men, but they ain't got the power of men, and they'll never have the power of men, because ultimately, if push comes to shove, men are more physically gifted than women. And when the day of the Lord comes, it's going to be established that women are just women, man. All right? Women are just women. And women might get offended by that, but you're just women, man. Like, there's no reason why you should even be competing with men. There's no reason why a woman that's not even the best of her own gender should be trying to compete with men, when she don't even understand what it takes to be the best woman. But she wants to try and think that she can be a better man than what a man can be, or think that she can do the same things as a man. But here's what the result of all the things that these women was hoping for has caused: for them to be at risk of health problems, man. And I'm just going to end the lesson there, because it shows the proof that Yahweh is doing exactly what he said, man. He was going to cause these women snares to come upon them. Let me read this to finish the lesson. It says, Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So now, the result of you hoping and trying to have all these jobs and all these high-paying jobs and have these be career women, now you're seeing the effects of it. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. There shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. But all of that stuff's being taken away, as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said he was going to do. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.